down here to my little chickens. These are some of my hatchlings. They're ready for me to eat. Or they're ready, sorry. They're ready for me to feed them. So that's why they're all up against the side here. But I wanted to show this one. As you can see, it doesn't have a lot of feathers on it, and its neck is pretty bare. There's a type of chicken called a naked neck, and he is not bred from naked necks, but a lot of these are ones that I'm breeding out of like meat bird hybrids, like the red, and that one is a really nice looking red. And then this one too, these are all like kind of meat bird hybrids. So like every now and then I see the Cornish cross pop up in the breed. And I think this one looks like that because it has Cornish cross in its background. They take forever to feather out, which is actually good for processing. If you're running your birds in the summertime, you don't want them to grow a lot of feathers because they get really hot. So being naked like that, like the naked neck, and then also, I mean, just for ease of processing purposes, having a naked neck makes it easier to make the cut in the kill cone on their jugular to be able to drain them out and kill them in the kill cones. So this is like an actually desirable trait for a meat bird. It doesn't look the best. It's not, and obviously he's really, really scrawny. I do restrict feed for these guys because I don't want them getting really big. I'm trying to save them back for breeding purposes. But I just kind of wanted to show that one because sometimes it will pop up, like weird things that are Cornish cross related will pop up like that one. And then I have some, you know, that are like this one. This is more my ideal. It looks like a red bro or a color yield. The color yields from Freedom Ranger Hatchery. This one kind of looks a little bit like a color yield. They're hybrids, so they can look like anything. So like this one, that one looks a little bit like a color yield mixed with the Imperial, Moyer's Imperial chickens. I also have Breese mixed in, so like that white one right there, she looks a bit like a Breese, but again, you know, I'm just mixing everything together. This red one, he's Red Bro Imperial mix. The big red one right there, he is a Red Bro, and same with that one, or he's either a color yield or a Red Bro. That one looks like Red Bro. These are names given to that particular hybrid from the hatchery. And then I also want to show one that I had pop up. I gotta come over here and cut the fence off. See, they're ready to eat too. Oh, it's already off. I want to show one I have that has bad feet problems because she's a Cornish cross, and she looks terrible. But this is what you get when you try and breed your own meat birds. This is like the purpose of this video. But her foot is really swollen. They get feet problems, and then she has bumblefoot. I just did surgery on her yesterday, like, you know, not real surgery, but like farmer surgery to kind of remove some of that pus in there. And so I sprayed her with the purple blue coat medicine after I did that. But she hobbles around. She actually eats and drinks and stuff, but she looks like a Cornish cross, like the bare belly from laying down. She doesn't have a lot of feathers, but really nice breast development considering her not being, you know, well and healthy right now. She lays a small white egg, so she does lay. She hasn't laid since she got hurt though, but she was laying pretty regularly before she got hurt, and she's still a young pullet, so her egg size is pretty small. But she came out of these girls. They're the color yield. And the ones that I hatched out look exactly like what you get from the hatchery. But like their feet get swollen sometimes in the summertime. This one's another one. And there's my third one. I had 4, but I lost one. But I honestly can't tell the difference between what was from the hatchery and I hatched out. So they're breeding true, but then, you know, I crossed them back multiple generations and then also mixed them in with the Imperials and then ended up with, that looks more like Imperial from Warriors. The like more like striped looking. This girl is looking really nice. So like people say don't breed hybrids because you get a wide range of variables, but that's okay with me because I'm going for meat and eggs. So the ones that are not, you know, heavy like these for meat, you know, like this one I can use for, well, that's a rooster, but you know, I have an egg, I want eggs and meat, so I want both, so I don't really care, you know, but I don't want stuff like this that pops up. And so like her, you know, I could see, well, she's hurt, I need to just cull her. Well, I've done stuff like that in the past, and then other times when I let them see if they get over it, then sometimes they get over it and they're stronger for it. So I'm kind of waiting to see if she will recover or not, or if she's gonna self-cull. But I try and keep her comfortable. I like lead her to the food and the water every day and make sure they don't pick on her. And you know, I did the surgery on her, but I'm not gonna like prop her up a lot. And like, I'm pretty sure she is related, like her has a similar genetic background to the naked neck in here that I showed you. I call him a naked neck. He's not really a naked neck, but he just never really feathered in. But that's like very Cornish cross looking trait. And you know, I almost culled him because he looked so terrible and so scrawny and had like no feathers on. But every time I thought about doing it, he was fine. He was eating, he was drinking, he was thriving, even though he looked terrible. So I just let him go, and I'm gonna keep tabs on him and see how he does. He might be good to work into my genetics that I'm trying to build up for a sustainable meat bird. Dual purpose, homestead, sustainable meat bird. I don't want a Cornish cross. I don't want a Breese. I want something kind of in between the Breese and the Cornish cross. So we'll see how he does. Basically this video is just kind of showing you like what I have, what I've hatched out, what I'm working with, and talking about a little bit about culling and you know, what is going to pop up when you're working with hybrids. You're going to have a lot of different things. I'm going to show this girl standing right in the doorway because she's another one that's like the Cornish cross, but yet she's colored. She has the same like body style, like really short and squatty, and you see her like waddling, like and she kind of has a swollen foot. She went through the same thing, not as bad as that Cornish cross one, but she kind of like had something stuck in her feet, and I do have them. I'm kind of running them over some briars lately. So that could be why I'm seeing some feet problems. And you know, I could avoid that more and prop them up, but you know, I have some like these that are even heavier and they're enduring it just fine. So, you know, I have to do what works for me on my farm and not baby the animals. I mean, I give them, you know, a way better livelihood than they would in a chicken house operation, but I still need to like push them a little bit so that I can like maintain the landscape. I have a lot of like tall grass and weeds and stuff, and so I'm using them to manage that and like flatten everything down, so that I'll have better forage for them in years to come. So I have some that can handle it and some that can't, and so I have to just, you know, raise birds that work in my system with my environment, and if they can't handle it, then I cull them. I don't keep a lot of males. I wait until they get big enough and I see which ones I'm going to keep for breeding, and the ones that I don't want, like, I probably will get rid of him. I normally will just quickly process them and throw them to my pigs, because these are organic fed chickens, so this is really good meat for my pigs, and they love it too. So yeah, just wanted to kind of show those two Cornish cross type birds that are kind of like off looking, but that's what you get when you're breeding hybrids. This one right here is more ideal. That red one is more what I'm going for. Oh, you got me. Okay, I gotta feed these guys.